Everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Hey everybody, hope everyone's enjoying their Thursday. We're almost down to the final days of the weekend, so that is awesome. Well, we've got quite a few things to talk about today, and I figured we better get going on it. First of all, I was definitely expecting a little bit more upside with us closing so close to the top of our green candle here. So Bitcoin I expected to have a little bit more, but there are two things that can wreck us. One, we can have a doji, which means we'd have to come up a little further and close at about 117, 170, thereabouts. And that would be pretty bearish. We wouldn't want that. And the other thing that we could do is we could go down and close below the 50% mark. So if we close below 16,800, then that would be bad. But we're kind of in a sweet spot. Where Bitcoin is right now, it just shows weakness on the bears. So I'm not unhappy about this. If we're here in an hour and a half, that would be perfectly great by me. So Ethereum, it actually has a little bit more of a support candle, but we're still in a safe zone for that. This is what I wanted to talk about with our. If I look at just the altcoins, this is the total market cap of everything excluding Bitcoin. We slipped below the 200 week moving average, and yesterday's long, strong move moved us up above that, and we did find it as support currently. You can see we've got a wick that even touched below it, and we've popped back up a bit. So for the altcoin market, this is actually pretty positive, and we're not too far away from our 50-day moving average as well. So alts are looking pretty good, and I'm pretty happy to see that. The rest of the market, if you include Bitcoin, we're way below. And if you look at Bitcoin individually, our 200 isn't even on this screen. It's way up here. 200 week is way out there, and Ethereum, we're getting close to it. So this, I really love to see us at least test it, and then if we fell back or whatever, I'd be totally fine with that. But it'd be really nice to see if we could make an attempt. That number is 1342 or so. So those are some things to look at. What we should do, though, is now that we have a monthly close in our books, let's look at the monthly close. So this is Bitcoin. I'll get a more zoomed out view. Our monthly close was obviously a red candle. We hit our lowest point for the cycle down here about 15.5. And how does that play out? Well, first of all, you can see here on the RSI that even though we did have our lowest RSI in the history of Bitcoin, like this is the lowest we've ever been, the momentum is losing strength. So we are making progress on slowing down our descent. So I would expect a move to the upside at some point, and you cannot have a move to the upside without a green month. So we'll be watching. I don't think we have too much further to go, if we even have any further to go at all. From a technical standpoint, we need to find support somewhere between our prior all-time high back in December of 2017 and the candle body close. And that candle body close is 13,880. So if we have any wick that crosses into this section here, I'll zoom in a little more, between this blue line and this yellow all-time high line, this range is a place where we want to see support, which is we would just have a wick that crosses. It would be slightly stronger if we crossed this wick, and the high on this is 17,234. Well, we've checked both boxes. And in fact, with our candle body closing here, our candle body actually was slightly lower than our high of this wick. That doesn't matter though. As long as our wick intersects with the prior high, we are looking at a healthy handoff of resistance flipping to support. I thought we would have a little more support at the actual all-time high, but we can go all the way down to this blue line and it'll still be fine. If we have a candle body close below that, then we're in for a, it's a full paradigm shift. Like this would be quite shocking. So it's not bad. This is not unhealthy. And if we have a doji or if we have a decently green move this month, either of those will be great. And I kind of have a suspicion, just by the makeup of our daily candle, that it'll take us a couple of weeks before we really find any sort of support. So we'll see, especially with a lot of companies that sold to harvest tax losses. I'm expecting in the next couple of weeks probably some pressure to the upside. And it just depends on how much excitement there is once that movement starts coming in, whether we get there by the end of month. But we could have a decently strong December. To break even, we'd have to pop back up to this level right here, 20,474. Could we do it? We could. I mean, things can move fast, especially if we, when things move off of the bottom, and it really is the bottom end. The market's just not going to give you time to get in if you're sleeping on it. So those are my thoughts around that. Let's just take a quick look at the Ethereum monthly close just to see if there's anything there. This may not be the best chart, but we did close our monthly above the 50-month moving average. So we did find a little bit of strength on Ethereum, certainly more than we did on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we're below our 50-month moving average, but Ethereum, we're still hanging on, which means it's probably better positioned. We also didn't have a lower cycle low, so this is a completely different shape. It will not be long before we start moving, changing directions. So that's what it looks like. As far as the day, we're just kind of waiting for things to finish. Once we're there, we'll see what the market does. If we get a candle to bring us back up to the top, or if we have another candle to move us down, we'll be watching to see. The AI was predicting a green candle, a pretty strong one, like about a 1% green. I don't think we're getting that. The most like events were actually negative, and our variance kind of got blown up because this is definitely a formation that we've never seen in Bitcoin, or excuse me, this formation we haven't seen on Bitcoin yet. So a few more days. One final thing to talk about on Bitcoin before we move on is crossing above the 20 is a major milestone. The 20 will likely be support. And so our 9-day average and our 20-day crossed at the onset of this new candle. And we are above the 20 for the first time since the FTX drop. And as far as a green cross, that would have been October 25th. So this is extremely bullish. I am very happy to see this. So whatever we do, I am definitely expecting to see us bounce off of this 20 when we come back around. All right. So as far as altcoins, everything's pretty much red. There are a couple of coins that are breaking the mold a little bit. Most of them are coins with better structure. And so Loop Ring and Jasmine are two that I'm going to be watching closely by end of day. And the big mover was banned. I don't know why, but randomly it just decided to launch. So I'm almost to a place where I'll start taking a little bit of profits off the table for this one. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. All of the coins that are, that we're hoping to do well are definitely, there's a higher amount that are green. FTM looks really good. Dash is looking very strong. Link is doing well. DYDX finally has turned the corner and it's moving up again. And then OP is looking really good, getting up above the 50 and above this consolidation. So there are some good things happening. Everything will launch once Bitcoin and Ethereum really start showing support. And our first step in selling the market that we have, that we've changed, is first of all to break out above our consolidation range, and then if we find support on the 20, those two, that'll be our next step in getting there. And then we'll be waiting for that 50 to come down a little bit further. Testing the 50 is absolutely the next thing we want to see happen on Bitcoin. And if we can finally get above it and find it as support, this bear market is over. So that's where we're at. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching, and we will catch in with you tomorrow. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.